Good morning, yogis. Welcome to this 60 minutes of Hatha and meditation class. This class is in the morning, so usually I tend to focus a lot on warming up and just kind of reconnecting to your body. But of course, you can practice this at any point during the day if you are in the membership and you have access to all the classes on demand. This is a great class. Also, just at the end of the day, or even in the middle of the day, whatever you feel that you need to ground yourself. This is what's going to be the theme of the practice today. We're going to ground ourselves. So we're going to focus a lot on the legs, on your feet, the hips, the core. This is all of that is helping us to ground ourselves down into the earth, supporting that ourselves through our feet and through our breath. So with that being said, we're going to start today a little bit different. So props that you might need are going to be blocks and a strap. We're going to do a lot of standing balances. We're going to go back into the traditional feel-good Hatha class, and we're going to hold the poses long enough for you to tap into your breath as a tool to ground yourself, to notice the tendencies and fluctuation of your mind, and using the practice, the asana practice, to also strengthen your awareness. So let's go ahead and start on our backs and have a strap as we're going to come into our first pose, Supta Hasta Parangustasana. So here we're going to make ourselves comfortable. Blocks. I'm going to grab my blocks right away before we get too deep into the practice. So I have the props nearby, and we're going to start with our strap. So come into your back, and first and foremost, keep the feet on the ground, keep the knees bent, and come all the way down. Let's just ground ourselves here first. So make sure the spine is completely supported. Trying to minimize any arch of the lower back, lifting the pelvis and pointing your sacrum towards the heels. Rest your shoulders on the floor, rest your head on the mat. Just make sure you feel the ground underneath you, supporting your feet, your pelvis, your upper back, the shoulders, and your head. Close your eyes for a moment. And whether you're doing this class in the morning, in the evening, or during the day, in the afternoon or noon, as you close your eyes and as you feel the ground underneath you, take a moment to appreciate the silence, or a moment to appreciate the present moment with all the sounds around you. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Take a full-on exhale through the nose. Give yourself a moment to continue to arise into this present moment, relaxing tension, letting go of any resistance in the body. Stretch the breath, Ujjayi breath, slightly contraction of the muscles in your throat, constricting the air passage through the throat. One more breath in, and full exhale. Hug the right knee into the chest for a moment. Hug it really tight, and notice to keep that relaxation feeling on the shoulders and your face. And then extend your left leg, allow the left leg to extend right in front of you, and flex your left foot, ground yourself through the heel, and reach for your strap and place the strap on the arch of your right foot. Kick the right foot all the way up towards the ceiling, and relax your fingers, your hands, and rest the elbows on the mat. Keep your right knee above the hip, and relax any tension on the upper body. Feel that deep stretch on the right hamstring. Just take a moment there to engage slightly your kneecap so your quadricep feels a little bit more awakened. Open your right toes to the right and bring that right heel into the center. And then feel as you kick the heel into the ceiling. Notice any activation of the muscles of your right leg. Bring your left hand on top of that left hip, on top of that left thigh, almost like you're grounding yourself through that left arm. And open that right leg out to the side and towards the back of your mat for a deep stretch of the hamstrings and the inner thighs as you engage the core towards the spine to ground yourself through the left side of your body. Take one more inhale, take a long exhale, and maybe as you stay here for one more breath, maybe you feel an invitation to go a little deeper, maintaining that sensation of grounding yourself through relaxation. Come back to center slowly, flip your hands so you can grab your strap on the left side. As you open your right arm, kick your right leg to the left. And go slowly to stretch the outside of your right hip, your IT band, the TFL, and continue to kick that foot into the strap and pull the strap towards your chest and bring that right foot above the head towards the left to continue grounding yourself through the right shoulder and through that left heel. Breathing in, breathing out. Keep your core strong, full breath in. Then exhale, gently come back to center. And then release the strap and kick your right leg up. Reach your hands towards your right foot. Anchor yourself through that left leg. Breathe in as you press the belly towards your spine. As you exhale, pull your chest up and reach your hands high up and kick that knee closer to your face. Deep stretch, core stretch. Stretch of the back of your right leg, grounding yourself through the left. Breathing in. And then exhale, release that right leg all the way down to the floor. And notice for a couple breaths, right versus left. No judgment, simply observing that gentle, subtle energy transformation around your hips, around your legs. Hugging that left knee into the chest, very tight. Observe, respect the boundaries of your left hip flexor. Just simply notice. Keep your mind in the present moment. Ground yourself through the right leg. Relax the shoulders. Wrap your strap and place it around the arch of your left foot. Kick that left foot all the way up towards the ceiling. Hands slide down. Engage your hamstring, engage your quadriceps. Bring your left toes out, bring that left heel in, and keep pressing that foot into the strap as you pull the strap down into your chest. Place your right hand on top of your right thigh and hip. Ground yourself through the right leg and slightly bring that left leg towards the back of your mat and then open it slightly to the left. As you continue grounding yourself through the right, so you feel balanced, you feel supported instead of collapsing, and keeping that breath that feels spacious, feels relaxed, your face is relaxed, and you visualize that breath going into the left hip flexor, left inner thigh. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep the core strong. Bring that left leg up to center. Switch your hands to grab your strap with the right. Crossing that left leg to the right and towards the back of the mat. Extend your left arm and stretch the outside of your left leg. Moving slowly with compassion. Notice if there is any tendency of aggression or violence towards the body. And see if you can instead move with a gentle sense of respect and compassion and kindness to your body. 2 rounds of breath. Keep kicking that foot into the strap. And slowly come back up to center. Release the strap. Keep that left leg kicking up. Keep the strap nearby. Extend the hands up. Anchor through the right heel. Anchor through the lower belly. And when you exhale, you lift the chest. Reach those hands high up. Maybe you touch somewhere on your foot, on your heel, and draw that knee and the thigh closer to the chest, chest to the thigh. Ground yourself through the hips and your right leg. One more inhale. Stay here, long exhale. And then gently release that leg in front of you for a moment. Just notice. Oh, yes. Coming to Supta Baddha Konasana, heels to touch. Reach the arms overhead, interlace the fingers, and bring the hands under your head. Adjust the chest, slightly arch of the lower back. Walk the heels as close as you can towards the pelvis. And just let the weight of the knees feel heavy as they ground themselves through the sacrum. Notice that openness of the chest as you breathe in, as you breathe out. Settle the mind. We're gonna start moving, so just take it easy. One more breath in. Exhale. Release the hands, close the knees, draw them into your chest, come into your happy baby. So reach the outside of your feet, kick the heels up, and then open the knees as wider, maybe as wide as your mat. Ground yourself through the sacrum and kick the knees away from each other with your elbows. And then continue pressing the heels as high up as you can towards the ceiling. Inner thigh stretch. In order to ground ourselves, we need to awaken the hip joints. Once again, this practice is done in the morning, and I'm just giving you a really nice warm up for the hip joints in case when you wake up in the morning they're tight. Close the knees back to center, roll back and forth 3 times as you bring the hips high up. Drop them down, lifting the chest. Small Navasana. Exhale, round, drop the back, lift up, all the way up, back again into Navasana. Last one, exhale, round back. Inhale, come all the way to Navasana. Hold it here. Squeeze the inner ankles, squeeze the inner thighs, hand behind your legs or not. Up to you. Stay here for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bend those knees and press back into your first downward facing dog. Give yourself a moment here to be and feel and connect and explore your downward facing dog of the day. Separate the shoulder blades a little bit. Bend the knees slightly if you need to. Make sure your index finger and your thumb fingers are helping you to ground through your knuckles and your hands. Spreading your toes, pressing through the ball of your feet. Engaging your inner thighs to help you lift your seat bones high up. And allow the breath to flow back and down, up and down, through the belly, to the chest, through the throat with your Ujjayi breath. Ground yourself through your hands, your fingers, your knuckles. Use your arms actively to help you lift the lower back. As you press your seat bones high up towards the ceiling, press your thigh bones back. Run of the ankle joints are pressing towards the back of your mat. It's all working in harmony, helping each other to balance as you lift your hips and breathing into this inversion. One more breath. Long exhale. Bring your feet together, rise the heels so you're pressing through the ball of your feet, bend the knees, look forward. As you exhale, walk or jump to the top of your mat. Take a long inhale to lengthen your spine, stay here halfway up. Feel the distribution of your weight on your feet and make sure it feels all balanced. Dropping the chest low enough to feel that you are coming into parallel to the floor. Your hips are right on top of the heels, so you're engaging more of the toes. The gaze is straight down, the back of the neck in alignment with the rest of the spine. Hands in anywhere that feels right to you. One more breath. With your quadriceps engaged. As you exhale, forward fold, letting the head completely drop down towards your feet. Bring the chin a little bit in into the chest. Hands resting down into the ground, fingertips if needed. Bending the knees if needed. And then slowly press your feet strongly down to the ground to come all the way up. Standing pose, arms overhead. Reaching and growing taller. Bring your gaze up, touch your palms into each other, spread the fingers wide. Notice how you can ground yourself through your feet in your left. Exhale, forward fold again. Let's do that one more time. Stay here in forward fold, 2 rounds of breath. And then inhale slowly, reach all the way up. Stretch yourself as long as you can. And then release the hands at your side. Nice and slow, forward fold again. Inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, release the hands down to the floor, bend the knees, right foot back, drop the knee down, low lunge. If you need padding, wrap a blanket, double your mat. Rock the pelvis forward, reach the arms overhead for that low lunge. Neutralize your chest, neutralize your ribs so there is no a back bend, but more like stretching the hips. Exhale, hands reach down, half Hanumanasana, runner's lunge, kicking that left leg, pressing the pelvis back as you press your hips, your chest forward. And then slowly rebend that left knee, walk that left foot to the left, bring the left hand inside, lizard pose. The left toes can open out to the side. Your left hand can press into that inner thigh. And just breathing in as you anchor yourself through your feet. The back knee. Notice how that strength of your feet grounding yourself in the earth gives you some energy to lift the crown of the head and the spine taller. Shoulders relax. Belly in. Slowly walk that left foot all the way to the right. Find your pigeon pose. 3 rounds of breath in pigeon. Stay high on your pigeon. We're engaging strength. So your hands can be on your knee, on your feet, on the ground. Just ground yourself through the legs to grow taller through the spine. Use the breath as a way to connect your mind with your body. One more inhale. Then exhale, release, and we're gonna press back into our downward facing dog. Take your time, 3 rounds of breath in here. The more you ground yourself, the more space you create for strength and growth. And that applies not only to your physical body in your asana practice, but also in your life of your mat. When you ground yourself, you create a pause, a moment to expand awareness, to reconnect to your inner wisdom, inner intuition. One more breath here. Press through the ball of the foot as you rise the heel, bending the knees, looking forward, inhale. As you exhale, walk or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, forward fold, let everything drop here. Grounding yourself through the legs, releasing any tension through the head. Inhale, grow taller as you reach the arms overhead, long stretch. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, left foot back, low lunge. Adjust your standing, adjust your alignment. Allow yourself an opportunity here to feel your left side. Arms overhead, breathe in, breathe out. One breath. Exhale, release the hands down, kicking the hips back into half Hanumanasana, runner's lunge. So as your pelvis presses back, your chest is pressing forward, everything is in the center of the mat. Flexing your right foot, stretching your calf muscles. Inhale, rebend, and come into that low lizard. So your feet, your right foot is to the edge of your right mat, to the right side of your mat. Open the right toes out to the side, slightly bring the right hand into the inner thigh and allow that to feel that inner thigh stretch. Engage your feet into the ground, engage your inner thighs towards each other. It's more energetically so you can feel stronger and grounding yourself here. And then slowly release. Walk the right foot to the left into that pigeon pose. Give yourself a moment. Stay high on your pigeon. Remember to square your hips so your right hip is off the floor. Your left hip is pressing forward. You're not arching so much on the lower back that you're collapsing on your flexibility. I want you to use the strength to neutralize the ribs, to use the legs to ground down so you can grow taller. Shoulders relax, breath is relaxed. And then slowly release. Step back into your downward facing dog. Whatever you need to do to get there. Take your time, 2 rounds of breath. As you are in your downward facing dog, we're gonna bring that right foot forward between the hands for our first warrior 2. So dropping the left heel in, settle your feet into that alignment, whether it's heel to arch or keeping the feet a little wider than hip distance. Whatever you do, Make sure your legs are a little wider apart than usual. What I want you to do is to bring that front thigh really parallel to the floor. So you really have to have a wider stand. We're engaging the muscles of our legs, right? The shoulders are right above the hips, and you're really keeping that back toes slightly in, and then reaching the arms out to the side. Spread your toes, spread your fingers, and as you ground yourself, keep reaching taller through the crown of the head. Keep bending the front knee slightly more and bring the hips a little lower. Breathe in, breathe out. Right hand upside down on the floor of your right foot, side angle, left hand above the head. Keep pressing the pelvis down, front thigh parallel to the floor, slightly rotate the chest up towards the ceiling. Back leg is grounding yourself, engaging the back thigh. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Stay as you are, extend the front leg for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Of course, if you need to adjust your standing, by all means adjust the practice, but make sure your entire body right now is in the center of the mat. Bring some weight into the inside of your foot, engage your thigh bones, and rotate the chest away from the front leg. Bring your gaze up, or keep your gaze down. Notice what feels more comfortable on the neck. Soften your shoulders, soften your breath. One more breath in. Now as you exhale, close the left hand down. Lift the back heel and adjust your feet for pyramid pose. So pyramid pose is pretty much, it's almost like that alignment of your feet for warrior one. The only difference now is that we are bending, we are extending the front leg, and we're dropping our chest towards that front leg. So if you need blocks for your hands, make sure the right hip is pressing back and your left hip is pressing forward. And just find your variation of pyramid pose, whatever feels right. Both legs are grounding yourself down so you can lift the hips a little higher up so the chest can drop forward and down a little deeper. One more breath. And then slowly bend the front knee back into high warrior one. So we have done pretty much all the traditional standing poses. Both feet on the ground and just moving. And now we're just gonna do everything but backwards. Keep bending the front knee, keep grounding yourself through the back leg. Extend the hands in front of you down to the floor as you strengthen your right leg back into pyramid pose. Hips right in the center of your mat. And then slightly start opening the chest to the left to extend your left arm up so you can go back into that pyramid, Trikonasana, triangle pose. It's all about grounding yourself with every point of contact that's going onto the ground, mindfully spreading your roots so you can feel stronger to expand and grow. Rebend the front knee back into that side angle, left hand above the head and reaching forward. Allow that twist to take place from the midsection up. One breath in. Press yourself nice and slow back into that warrior two. Level the pelvis. Look into the front of your mat. Find your stillness. Bending the front knee slightly more. Sinking the hips slightly down. And then slowly extend that front leg. Let's do a prasadita here. So feet are parallel towards each other, hands out. Roll the shoulders in, interlace the fingers. We're gonna drop the chest forward and down as we drop the head to the floor. Shoulder stretch. Hip stretch. Leg strengthening and leg stretch. Belly towards the spine. Crown of the head down. Pressing through the edges of your feet away from each other. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep your quadriceps engaged. And then slowly press your chest nice and slow all the way up as you keep your hands interlaced behind you. Nice and slow, release the hands. Prepare your feet for warrior two on the other side. Wider your stand. I want you to use your legs. I want you to get out of your comfort zone when it comes to warrior two. Really sinking the hips down, bringing the front thigh parallel to the floor, keeping the front knee above the heel. And once you find your foundation, ground yourself and extend the arms out to the side. Take a look over your left hand. Spread your toes, engage all the toes down to the floor. Slightly open that left knee to the left. Keep pressing your right thigh back. Crown of the head reaching tall. Shoulders relax, fingers engage. Release that left hand outside your left foot on the ground. Reach that right arm above head and twist the chest away from that front thigh, side angle pose. Breathing in, dropping the hips slightly more. I really engage. Breathe in. Breathe out. Extend that front leg, shift into Trikonasana. Continue rotating the chest away from that left thigh. Bring some weight into the inside of your front foot. Crown of the head, front toe. Sacrum towards the back heel. Belly strong. Shoulders relax, open in the chest. Rotation from your rib cage. Neck up, neck down. It's up to you where you want to point your gaze. Breathe in, breathe out. Top hand is going to drop down, square your chest. You might have to adjust your standing, maybe wider the back foot to the right so that you can come into pyramid pose. In pyramid pose, we continue to engage the inner thighs up, pressing your feet down to the floor. As you ground here, your spine and your head might have space to drop forward and down. Let go of any tension you might be holding on your feet. Relax your toes, but at the same time engage them. Notice your jaw, the shoulders. Keep lifting and rounding through the legs. And then in the next breath in, bend the front knee. Find it on top of the heel. Warrior one. Once again, stretching those legs to the capacity that they are willing to go. Palms reaching up. You can keep the palms pressing against each other and then you cross thumbs. You can interlace all the fingers and keep your eyes pointing up. Those are mudras to help you channel the energy in your body through the breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Exhale, release the hands, pyramid pose, back into that reverse sequence. So now that you have done this before, second round, allow some space for mindful grounding. And then slowly lift the chest. Adjust the back foot where you need to find your Trikonasana here now. Remember, we want to create some lengthen on the left side of your torso so it doesn't feel like you are compressing anything. You actually want to lengthen through the waist. The chest continues to open up towards the ceiling. And if your gaze is looking up towards your fingers, make sure the neck feels supported and relaxed. Rebend the front knee back into that side angle, opening the chest. Adjust your legs. Long, strong, mindful side angle. Breathing in. Breathing out. Make sure that left knee is touching your left arm. One more breath. Gather the strength from your legs to press yourself up into warrior two. And if you need to adjust your legs, by all means, adjust them. It's natural and normal that your legs might start to feel fatigue. We're engaging the muscles. We are using them. They are meant to be used for movement to propel the body. So stay with me, 3 breaths in here. You can do this. One more breath. Exhale, extend the front leg, Prasarita again. So feet parallel towards each other. And this time I'm going to give you the options to go to any variation you like. So what are your options here? You can keep the hands on the ankle joints. You can bring the hands in the center of the mat. Or you can interlace the fingers behind you. I will give you the choice so you can choose what feels best for you. I'm gonna go with the ankles, and maybe you can even step on your hands as you bring them underneath the heels. And that's gonna help you to ground yourself even more. Create a space between the ears and the shoulders, lifting the elbows out to the side if you are going with the version of the ankles. If your hands are pressing into the floor, just imagine you're doing the Chaturanga arm frame. You're interlacing the fingers behind you. Continue to squeeze the shoulder blades so you can feel that openness of the chest and your pecs, knuckles away from the lower back. Ground yourself through your feet, lengthen through the legs. Stay with your breath. Connect your mind and your body into the present moment, all there is. One more breath. Wherever you are, take your time to slowly come all the way up. Bring your heels in, your toes out. Let's go into our goddess pose. So I like to keep the hands in the center of my heart, palms against each other as I drop my pelvis, as I drop my pelvis down. So my knees are pointing in the same direction of my toes, and I'm trying to bring that pelvis in the center so I can lengthen through my crown of the head. Your hands can eventually go into the knees inside, and you can go into a deeper stretch here. So we are going into a deep stretch of the inner thigh, keeping the chest lifted, bend the elbows, and feel free to rock side to side. Breathe in here. Maybe you bring the forearms even to a deeper stretch on one side. Spread your toes, keep the chest lifted. If you're doing the forearms, see if you can shift to the other side and keep pressing away from each other. So the right hand is you to open the right knee even more to the right. That left forearm is helping you to open that left knee more towards the left. One more breath. And then release, come all the way up. Walk to the front of the mat. Take a moment there to feel your legs very strong, grounding yourself. Bring your palms in the center of the heart. Take an inhale, arms overhead. Take a long exhale, find your Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, Malasana. So we're gonna open the toes out, heels in. We're gonna drop the pelvis into the floor or close to the floor as we come into Malasana. So you can stay there. I'm just gonna step in the center of the mat facing you to give you a better look of the pose. So we're gonna continue stretching the inner thighs, growing through the crown of the head. Feel free to close your eyes in here. Use the Malasana as a way to ground yourself. It's almost like a child's pose, a pose that hopefully, eventually might feel like a pose to relax for you, to reconnect to your breath, to feel the body, connect to its environment through your feet. One more breath in. And then slowly release your hips down to the floor. Find your Navasana boat pose, just like we did in the beginning. Squeeze in the inner thighs, squeeze in the ankle joints, and find your seat bones and press your chest forward and find your variation of Navasana here. Interlacing the fingers behind helps. One inhale, long exhale. Breathe in, breathe out, release. Now we're gonna do a variation here. So find your comfortable seated. If you need to come and sit a little taller, grab whatever prop helps you. Extend your left leg, bend your right knee, and bring that right heel outside your right hip. So you're gonna press the top of your right foot as you press the knee forward. Separate the calf muscles and draw that right foot close to your hip. So it's like half hero pose, half Virasana. Both knees are as wide as the hips, facing forward, left leg extended. Option one, we're gonna wrap the strap around the foot to help you forward fold here. And option two, we're just gonna forward fold as far as you can. Now, once you forward fold in here with your right knee bend, it's gonna feel a little bit more intense. If you have sensitive knees and this position is not happening in your body, come into Janu Sirsasana. So you're gonna bring your right foot into the inner thigh, opening the right knee out to the side. Today I just wanted to do something different. I usually teach Janu Sirsasana for more approachable for different levels, but now I'm just giving you an option now if you wanna do something more than Janu Sirsasana. Wherever you are, close your eyes, stay here for 2 rounds of breath. And slowly come all the way up, lean into that left side, and very slowly you're gonna extend that right leg in front of you, give them a nice shake, nice and slow. I hope you're feeling really good and strong in your legs. I hope you're feeling grounded. Let's do that on the other side. Keep your right leg extended, Janu Sirsasana, or half Virasana. So we're gonna bring that top of your left foot pressing into the floor outside your left hip, left knee pointing forward, and when you're ready, forward fold. Close your eyes, 4 rounds of breath. Just enough for your muscles to relax, to let you sink, to let you ground, to let you relax. And then slowly press, come all the way up, undo that left leg as you lean to the right, kicking that left leg in front of you. We're gonna do one more variation before we start stretching the hips. So bend your right leg, open the right leg out to the side, almost like Janu Sirsasana. Now, this time we're gonna bring that right heel, that right foot into the left hip crest. So it's like half lotus pose. So as you lean back, drop that foot into the inner, the left hip crest, and then press your right knee forward. So once again, it's gonna look like this. Okay, so let me face you again. So you are in Janu Sirsasana, foot into the thigh. You're gonna lean back slightly. You're gonna drop that right knee more into the midline and bring that right foot into that left hip and keep that foot in there. And this knee, it's okay if it doesn't touch the floor. You can bring a blanket underneath, you can bring a block underneath. Just make yourself here comfortable. We're gonna forward fold in this position, nice and slow, without causing any stress in the body. So we're doing a little bit of Ashtanga traditional sequence here for a series where we stretch the quadriceps, we are getting more into the knee joints. It's very important to keep your right foot flexed, to not force your body into this position, because we don't want to just force the body. We always have to be gentle. So if this half lotus is not happening today, that's okay. Come into Janu Sirsasana again. And slowly come all the way up, undo the leg. Shake it out. Switch side. Take your time to settle that left foot into that right hip crest. And then you're gonna forward fold here. As soon as you start to feel something weird, something that doesn't feel right, please, please, please do not do this pose. I want you to honor your knee joints. Janu Sirsasana is a safe bed, and you're still getting the effects of the stretch of the lower back. One more breath in here. And then exhale, release, nice and slow. Double pigeon on the right side. So I'm gonna face you. When I mean the right side, it means that the left knee is down as you cross it under the right leg. Keep the shin bone parallel to the front of the mat and find the time to mirror. So it's very important that the hips are pinching forward. So then you can mirror. Knee to ankle, ankle to knee. Flexing both feet, grounding yourself through the sit bones, walking the hands forward as you can go. And you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel sensations of your thighs and your outer hips. So I want you to honor a point where you are respecting the boundaries of how much is enough. Ground yourself through the breath. Ground yourself through your hips. Grow taller through your spine. After all the standing balances that we did today, this is a good way to give the body enough strength and flexibility in the practice. We are looking for that balancing needle to ground ourselves. One more breath here. Slowly lift the chest, lean back, switch side. Right leg gets on the ground, knee slightly in towards the midline, near that on the left leg on top of the right, knee to ankle, ankle to knee. So if you were to see your shin bones, it's gonna be like this in the forearms. Slightly walk your hands forward and find your version of the pigeon with intensity. So to ground ourselves, we focus mainly on the hips, legs, and feet. We add a little twist on the spine, but it's just the connection of our lower extremity with earth, always there supporting ourselves, engaging the muscles in our body that are destined to keep us straight and erect. In today's day, we sit so much, or we walk so much, we move without intention. So this is an awakening of that intention to feel grounded with intention. Good, and then slowly release wherever you are. Find your comfortable seated for your meditation. I'm going to grab my blanket here to feel myself supported and my meditation cushion. So take your time to grab what you need to make yourself comfortable. We're going to close the practice with meditation. If you have the opportunity to make yourself as comfortable in the body, so then the mind can also follow and relax. Sitting nice and tall, hands at your side. Close your eyes and take note on how the body feels. You're going to have a lot of sensation around the hips. Relax your breath. Let go of the Ujjayi breath. Notice how your legs are relaxed. Notice your hips relax. Notice your toes and your feet fully relaxed. Notice the space in between your vertebrae growing taller and creating more sensation of growth as the crown of your head is reaching up towards the sky. Your hands are relaxed. Your breath and your face is relaxed. I want you to visualize your seed bones pressing into the ground and feel that touch. And from the root chakra, the base of your spine, there is roots growing down to the earth, deep into the center of the earth, energizing you so you can feel safe, secure, supported. Every exhale sends energy to your root chakra, and those roots continue to slowly grow stronger into the center of the earth, down underneath you, creating a sense of stability that allows you for you to expand and to grow in your journey. And as your root chakra gets grounded, visualize the color red, a vortex of energy in the center of your root chakra at the base of your spine, moving clockwise, emanating a beautiful red ruby color in all dimensions. Silently repeat after me. I am safe. I'm stable. I am supported. Your roots are deep and deep into the center of the earth. Your root chakra is shining bright and beautifully strong and healthy, right at the base of your spine, emanating the color in all dimensions and directions, up and down through your spine, back and forth, side to side. You're feeling grounded. Center. And then gently visualize the roots slowly retrieving back into the base of your spine. Feeling the root chakra stable and grounded and rooted, where you feel safe, supported. Notice how you feel at the end of this meditation, at the end of your asana practice. Self-confidence, self-belief. Take a deep breath in, full on exhale. Slowly move your toes, your fingers, and reconnect to noticing the sounds that surround you. Keep your eyes closed, move your wrists in circles. And then bring your palms together in the center of the heart, pressing your palms into each other with a gentle bow. Feeling a deep sense of gratitude for the ability or an opportunity to ground yourself through this practice, to activate and engage with your root chakra. Your sense of safety and security and stability have been enhanced in this practice. Feeling stronger through your legs and your feet, and confident with every step you take going forward. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Feel free to open your eyes and have a wonderful rest of your day. I am beyond honored that you are here practicing with me. It means the world. And I am grateful that I'm able to guide you through your journey. So please reach out, let me know how you feel after this practice. I'm always curious. I'm always happy and excited to hear from you. This class will be added to the on-demand collection. So if you are a member, stay tuned. Continue to check the video tab. So every week, new classes are added. Of course, you can continue practicing your favorites, but if you are craving for fresh and new content every week, there is more classes in there. So thanks again, and I hope to see you very, very soon.